is amazing. Oh, it's clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostyn.
For the first time here for season 3. Davis on pole, Vanderkran in second. It's going to be sprint round action here tonight. Let's go racing here at Daytona. It was a good start there from Davis in comparison to Vanderkran in behind. Cowan's absolutely bogged it up and already dropped out of the top 3 here as they come down towards turn 1 for the first time. There's biffing and barging between Gallen and Cowan. These guys are still going at it after last season. They survived for this time by though. Through turn 2 and 3 they come. Nice and clean, boys. Keep it up as they come up to...
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend, I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannons insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride, whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride.
ride with Shannons.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Through turn 1, it was a horrible start from De Bono, who's absolutely bogged it up and gets eaten alive by Dixon and Gowans as they come on through. Through turn 1 they come, and they all spread out around in towards the first sector of the Silverstone circuit. They look all right at the moment. Okay, there's already been a car spun round. That's Jordan Ferguson offline.
Is green at Road Atlanta here as well. Faulkner did get away. De Bono is tucked in as well. Unfortunately, Houghton is on that outside line. De Bono does want to turn it to twos. He's got the job. De Bono's overtaken. Now can he get Ben Faulkner up through turns for 2 and 3? They go round the right-hander, dropping down the hill. Faulkner's out in front. De Bono second. Houghton third. Ratcliffe in fourth. No real dramas going into turn 1.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
amazing. Oh, it's clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostyn and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to slip on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tanek and Jamie Dyke just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he hasn't committed, which is fair enough. It's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we get a good run. He's up with Dodds, just absolute thinker, but it is a really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to SRW TV, and welcome in to round number 3 of Season 4 of the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Series here for Mugello here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have just noticed as we've climbed into the live section that SDK decided to play up, so we'll quickly reload that. I'm your commentator here tonight, though, Hamish Munro, joined by Sight and Sound, as always, Stephen Sinkovic. Sinker, big night of racing to come here at Mugello. This was a track that I spoke about for a long time as one that I'd hoped would become on the iRacing service. We've raced here once before. It was an exceptional race when we were last here. I think tonight we could be on for fireworks once again.
Fireworks on a Tuesday night, that's nothing new, mate. Fireworks is what we expect on a Tuesday night, so looking forward to it. And on my screen I have a Munro family legend, head of the family, the boss man of the house. Mr. Will Munro. Yep,
former winner at Winton Raceway back in 1992, I think he won there actually, so yeah, back in 92, good old 32 years ago. A HQ.
Oh, yeah. Holden?
Well, no, he won in the HQ, but he also raced Datsuns around there as well. Never won in the Datto though, unfortunately, but yeah, he's out on the field for the first time for SRW here tonight for him, so hopefully we'll be in for a good race.
I'm sure he will. Viewers are already knocking on the doors. Having a bit of a chin wag. 15 out there already. Facebook's launched. We had heaps of shorts on today as well. This morning's short hit 1,100 already.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
I was pretty stoked about that. Very stoked about that. And it was me and you calling the guys wearing across the finish line last night on Sunday. Oh, it's not Sunday night.
Yeah, Sunday night. Mate, they are. You know, you said to me the other day, oh, we're already at round 2, and I'm like, well, of course, yeah, it comes after round 1. But we'll be later in the season, we'll be like, Jesus, it's already round 8. Where is the time gone already?
Round 3.
Yeah.
We are, but tonight we are a third of the way through.
We are. You know, after tonight, we only have 6 rounds to go before we crown another Pro-Am and Amateur champion here on the Tuesday nights. And then, you know, we're only 6 weeks away after tomorrow night and crowning more SFL champions. Thursday night, same deal for 8-6ers. Friday night, a new Legends champion. Sunday night, a new Pro Supercars champion as well. So it's going to go by very, very quickly. Blink, and before you know it, we'll be at the holiday season, Christmas time, Hanukkah, or anything else you may celebrate in the month of December. So it's a massive end of the year coming up, Cinco. 2025 is going to be huge.
Whatever you want to celebrate.
Whatever you want to celebrate. Whatever is your jam, you know, during the month of December. You know, we live in a free country. You're able to celebrate whatever you like, pretty much. So.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. We will love to spread the love out at SRW as well. So anyone who's got something they're celebrating, let us know. If you're watching someone out here tonight and you've got a favourite out there, please let us know as well. And while you're out there, do like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon, bing, so that you'll let know every time we're out on track. And me and Hamish are doing our bits. I'll be on all week this week, so you can be pretty much sick of me by Sunday night.
Yeah, the other day you won't be on is on Friday. Unless you want to join me for Legends on Friday, Sinker, just make it a complete set for yourself.
Oh, yeah, can you imagine that? I think how many subscribers have we lose? Because you can actually remove yourself as well, can't you? Imagine if just that all of a sudden we had like 200 subscribers just pull out.
Yeah, like, the name of SRW is going to be changed from SRW to the Stephen Sinkovic Show, just Triple S here 5 nights a week, so.
After everyone's in the pits, every car I select is in the pits. What's going on?
Yeah, there's only about 7 cars out on track at the moment. We've got 33 drivers in the session as well. pretty evenly actually separated. There's 15 AMs and 18 Pro AMs out there. So got a good number of drivers, good split of drivers out there tonight, which is good to see. And a couple of debutantes out there, as we mentioned. Greg Brooks, Will Munro, Stephanie Piccoli debuting into the series for Season 4. Now, Steph's obviously raced before in SRW, but this is their first race for this season, as they haven't managed to make it in the first 2 weeks. But aside from that, everyone else who's out there has raced previously this season. We look forward to seeing how they go out there, especially our main man, Mr. James Parfitt. When he, you know, good old Simon Pegg looking man, with how he goes out there tonight as well.
Oh dear me, made me snort.
I wonder if he goes to the Winchester, if everything just blows over, if he has a crash out there.
Mate, I'll tell you one thing, he looks like a rough looking dude too, mate. You wouldn't want to stare him down in the pub. He looks like Simon Pegg, and he's had a bit more extra butane pumped into him.
He looks like the combination of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost as one person. He is the Cornetto trilogy as a man. That's who he is out there.
There's no sweetness in the center of that soul, I'll tell you right now. He's got the crunch, he's got the bite, he's got the husky voice.
He really is just a proper nut-covered Cornetto, isn't he? Just one of those chocolate and nut-dipped ones.
More related to the old Polly Waffle, I reckon.
Yeah, probably. Most likely.
Bit of a crunch. Alright, let's stop crapping on. Alright, we've got the boys on track. They're all getting their tyres warm. They're all in their outlap at the moment. They're getting ready for quali session. 15 minutes of boys on the edge. What's your prediction tonight, mate? We've got a few fast boys in this series. A few boys that are, you know, really out there. I mean, look, you know, it's like... Levin, is he out there tonight?
Brandon Levin is not out there.
No?
He did mention that he's not going to be. He did mention he's not going to be able to make every single round. So,
yeah, he's a very fast boy. He did really well on Sunday night.
He did indeed.
Really well on Sunday night.
I'm going to make the prediction that we'll have a debutant on the podium tonight.
Oh, you must know something about one of these debutants, mate.
No, well, I think, you know, from some of the pace they were showing, I think we could see one of the... And plus... Urquhart had an off-track just then. They're about to start off their qualifying laps. I just think some of the pace they were showing in practice, they could do quite well tonight. Whether it's an AM... Chief is saying 0 safety cars. Should we not racing? No, that's incorrect. I think we will get safety cars. I think this track lends itself well to a safety car. So, you know, whether they're an AM or a Pro-Am, I think the pace that those debutants were showing, I think they could be in for something special tonight. So we'll have to wait and see in how they do.
Yeah.
I also think as well, Brett Taylor might be the start of a little bit of a swing of good form for him, possibly. Singer. We know he normally comes on song around about halfway through the season.
He started early because his form was good last week.
Yeah.
He did really well.
Yeah. So
he started his season early this year. So started the season early this season.
Yeah, he's had a couple of little mishaps the first few weeks.
Yeah.
I reckon this week's going to be a good week for him. You know, whether it's a podium or whether it's maybe a 4th place in AM, but up towards the top 10, I think that'll be a great performance for him. I think he can very well get it done. I think a pro's going to cause a safety car at some point. Whether it's the only safety car or we get multiple, who knows? But I think a pro car will cause a safety car tonight, like a Pro-Am car.
Oh, Mitch Noble, first lap down.
Matty Parker swiftly cuts him off the top of the timing sheet with the first 49 of the session. A 49 dead. He's come in for business.
Monroe.
Yep.
You're going to call him Daddy on the show?
I don't even call him Dad in real life. What do you mean?
In real life, Will?
I just call him Will.
Seriously, you call your dad Will?
Yeah, or Dickhead. One of the two.
Come on, man. Give me a backhander, I reckon.
No, because I'm bigger than him. So he can't. Angus Lawford's now got provisional pole position with a 148.53. So the first car we've seen go into the 48s here in qualifying. Can anyone else match him we know that if he does really well tonight, Zinker, he may very well just get cut off from Tuesdays and told, oh, you can just race on Sunday, thank you. You're a bit too quick for these boys, but as Andrew
Yeah, we
Rushworth...
had a bit about some of the names last night, and it's like, you know, it's... You really gotta be... You know, at the end of the day, I'll leave it up to the admins to decide, but my perspective is that you really got to slaughter in the field. Pure pace isn't enough. Like, you could be really good pace in these cars, but driving on a Tuesday night with pace, take that same pace to a Sunday, you're going to be more successful because the racing's just that little bit cleaner.
That's right.
And you can follow the faster guys in front of you because you don't have the slower guys to hold you back. So you can do really well. So it sort of like inflates your positioning. But I'll tell you what though, there is some fast boys in this series, and there is no slouches. What do we say the series?
Well, the strength of field tonight is around about 1600. I hope that's a bit louder for you, Pato. If it's not, then just turn up your hearing aids. Maybe that might help. So I was going to mention before, Andrew Rushworth had gone provisional pole for the amateurs, but Jeremy Bush has actually now pipped him. Now, Jeremy has actually been on a run of form ever since last Thursday night. He actually got his first ever Vets podium in Split 2. He was a machine on Thursday night. He's going to be one to watch here tonight as well for the Locked On lads. So Rushworth and him, they're up the front end of the field for the AMs. Munro's P3 for the AMs at the moment, but has just been pipped by the man that we predicted would do quite well tonight, Brett Taylor. Angus Lawford, Matty Parker, Greg Brooks on debut is on the provisional top 3 at the moment. So my predictions are pretty good for a debutant podium getter.
We also got back tonight Mr. Clutterbuck, and I'm not sure if I can see his teammate out there at the moment.
Yeah, Project 36, they were like this last week. I haven't had time to make new banners, send them to Barb's to fix them up for me and send me back the files. They will be fixed for next week. Don't worry, at least we have the banners on there.
100%. They'll go over the window a little bit, that's okay. That's okay.
As long as they can see out of the window, that's all that matters.
It wasn't a glitch, you did it on purpose.
Yeah, we wanted to show that they're red on the window.
Well, yeah, it was just standing out from the crowd, doing it our way.
But no, they were missized when they were sent to me. So I'll make some and I'll send them off to get fixed up, and they should be fixed for next week. So don't worry about that. Plus, anyway, next week there's likely going to be class reclassifications. So some drivers are going to be changing class, some won't. So yeah, no, it's annoying. It's annoying for me as well. But there's not much we can do about it at the moment, is there, Sinko? At least we got banners.
Yeah, 100%. Warren and Brown are watching, and they'll be loving it.
Yep, great to have them on board, of course.
I love it.
Now, has there been any further developments what we spoke about on Sunday night, Sinko?
We are catching up on Friday morning. So there will be discussions. I'm actually going to work catch up with them because I'm going to be doing some stuff for their company.
Yeah.
But we're actually catching up for that sort of stuff as well. So Sunday night will be our first inaugural giveaway night for Warren and Brown. So if you're out and about, so if you're going to be watching, get in there, make sure it's a subscriber. Because if you're not subscribed, you won't get the prize. You need to be a subscriber, and you need to be watching the show on Sunday night as well. So
well, I think for Sunday then. For Sunday, then we might turn on subscriber-only mode for the chat, so we can guarantee that anyone who wins is a subscriber.
Oh, you can always check it because I can go back through the Hall of Fame of subscribers and who's there. Yeah.
Very true.
You can do a bit of research. Wouldn't want to hear, miss out on talking to someone that's not a subscriber. It's actually quite funny because a lot of people that do watch aren't subscribers.
Well, it's free, and it means you guys are helping support us, and as well, you get notified whenever we go racing here. So if you enjoy the action you see here tonight, then be sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the bell icon as well. So you are notified whenever we go racing here on SLW TV, because we've got so much more to come this season, not just tonight, not just this week for round 3, but also for the rest of the rounds throughout the season as well. On your screen, Sinky, you've currently got Greg Brooks, who's just gone off the track and back into pit lane.
Yeah, went straight into pit lane and came back out again. We'll follow him out of Mugello down the bottom one. It's a very very dark pit lane. Looks like it's completely undercover.
Yeah, it's very foggy on the main straight. I noticed that when I loaded into the session. It's very, very foggy this evening, and it's an absolute scramble at the moment in qualifying as Parfit has been absolutely collected by Blake Fitzpatrick on the way to the roller coaster. Wow, wowee, that was a massive moment there. I saw them scrambling a little bit there, Sinker, but contact was then eventually made.
I'm not sure. I got the rear end of it, so I didn't actually get a chance to see it. But it is what it is. Joel Farley, what's the free thing? Well, that's the thing. You have to come and watch, mate. Every week, has Hamish changed his mic? Yes, he has, because the other one was going Kaputski's.
Yeah, I borrowed a headset for now.
We'll be giving away things like, you know, W holders, beanies, caps, tools, tool bags, all sorts of stuff.
Oh, are we giving you away, Sinker?
Oh no, I think my wife would like that. You put on a do not return sticker on it. That's for sure.
No warranty accepted.
But yeah, so you'll to find out what's going to be given away, you'll need to tune into the show and watch it. That's all part of the gig. But the laughs are free. They definitely are free, pricey. They always are. We do have our I think we should put a limit of 20 dad jokes a session. And maybe have a countdown for when we hit our 20th dad joke.
I agree. Sinker, have you got the stream on in the background with the volume going, by the way?
I've got you checking in the background so I can hear you, but do I have the stream going in the background? Volume, oh, there it was. There it is there.
So.
I'm sorry.
No, it's alright. I can just hear myself laughing after a moment. I'm like, wait, is that me or is that you? But glad we figured that out as well. So at the moment, we've got around about 3 minutes, 20 seconds in the qualifying left. Angus Lawford, Sean Rigby, Matty Parker as your top three. Jeremy Bush, Andrew Rushworth, Callan Hodgkinson are going to the top three for the amateurs as well. The top 10 is made up of only Pro-Ams at the moment right now. Here's Sinker, so they're showing their stuff, and they're doing very, very well.
We just got to get what's going on with Clutters and not with Clutters, with Gallen and Pav, mate. We need to get started the season a bit rough this season. They haven't gone to the full glory. Actually, no, they did really well the first race. Last week wasn't that flash, but this round I'm expecting them to get up there again.
Maybe a little bit of hangover for Gallen last season.
It is sitting 3 pit lane start for car 221.
Oh, that is James Parfit. So it seems they've decided that he was at fault.
What the hell was that for? What did I do? Oh, that was a Scottish accent. Sorry.
Yeah, don't just Sinker, don't quit your day job.
Hey, my accents are pretty damn good, mate. Especially, actually, you know what I've been doing really well of late is my cartoon character voices, mate.
As a man with a family of very thick Scottish accents, that was atrocious, Sinker.
You are not a man to judge, mate. Have a beer and then come back to me. Who have we got in the car here? Is this
is Cowie.
This is Cowie. He's just punching that gear, mate. What the hell was that?
Oh, well, he's got his motion set up and he's just absolutely sending it around here. I do know that he loves this track. He spoke very highly of it leading up to the first time he ran here back in Season 1 of 2024. So he absolutely loves this place and he is chucking it around it for fun at the moment. He is P14 on the road, P12 in class. There's always room for improvement for Cowie. We know this, and we know that he'll be striving for improvements as well.
Davis is on 2 greens and an orange in the end. Everyone's struggling in the last sector. The last sector, except for Andrew Rushworth did a really good last sector.
Yeah, good enough to put him top for the AMs. Parker goes P2 as he comes up the hill. Davis has gone P3. As I mentioned, Rushworth now the top of the timing sheet for the amateurs.
Yeah, that'll be a great night tomorrow.
I look forward to seeing how Jake Edwards does. He's done very well early season. Could be the bookies' choice early season for this championship, Sinker. He's looking very, very strong.
His choice? Possibly.
I think based on pace and based on how he's done. I mean, Angus Lawford, he could be up there. We know Davis will be up there. We know Matty Parker will be up there. But the problem is Matty can't be here every week. So he doesn't, he doesn't really have an opportunity to win the title, unfortunately for him. So, but, yeah, I think Jake's one of the favourites at this point. He's proven it over the first 2 weeks. He's not proving it though by going out in the kitty litter.
He just did that in the front.
Yeah.
Jake's a very accomplished driver in a lot of cars, so V8 isn't his usual beast, but he's a good driver. I don't think it'll take him long to adapt.
Will Munro's on all greens at the moment. Is he going to go better than Brett Taylor as he crosses the line? He does. He's gone P16 on the road with a 150.1. So he'll be lining up right behind the podium.
Oh, 28 in the viewing room. Keep them coming. Please like, subscribe, join the fun tonight. It's going to be an absolute ripper. Mark Cochran, Gallen for Pro Win, and Rushworth for Am. Ooh.
Bit of favouritism there, it seems, from Mark Cochran.
Nepotism or just...
Picking his friends, it seems. I mean, I don't know how John Gallen's going to do it from P18, but if he can do that, that's a mammoth effort. I mean, hats off to him if he can pull that off.
Oh, Mr. Pegg is complaining he's got a pit lane start, and he's using the Lord's name in vain. Strike you down, man.
He really has been sent to the Winchester to wait for this all to blow over. He's starting from the lane, so doesn't even get to grid up tonight.
No, you won't even see the clouds. You'll be in the dark.
Nah, that's it. That's it. Jace Douglas in the chat with us as well. Great to have you out there, Jace, as well as David Simmons too. So great to have you all here watching along with us. Good evening.
Alright, looks like we are done for qualies. Joshua Horton is the last one out there, and he is in his second sector, 2 greens. Let's see how he helps himself across the line. Where is he?
Seems he's been cut off.
Has he just disappeared?
Oh wait, was that Houghton you're talking about?
Yes, Houghton, there he is.
There he is. It wasn't focused on him, that was the only problem.
Oh.
He is now across the line.
It's another orange in the third sector. The third sector is one that is smashing everyone today. I'm not sure what it is about.
It's a very difficult sector, Sinker. Let's quickly have a look at the weather, just to see. So it's 21 degrees track temp, so it should actually be quite grippy through there. So whether there's some sand that's settled after practice maybe, or whatever it might be, in those final couple of corners, it's a very tough sector, especially to get this car around, being that it is such a long left-hander and can almost feel like a double apex at times as well. So that's likely what the struggle is at the moment for some of these drivers out there, but we'll see how they go at race pace when they got a bit of wear on the tyres and they got a bit of heat into them as well.
Alright, they're all getting ready. Evening, Stephen, Hamish, how are you all? We are sensational, mate. We are fantastic. It's Tuesday night. We're always really happy. Me and Hamish, we've got a mic in front of us. It's just like, it's the only time people can't get us to shut up.
Well,
actually, myself. Hamish screams over the top of me.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's better to do that, Sinker. We never know what you're going to say all the time, so it's just got to keep you in check from time to time. Starting grid for this race, though, will be as follows. Angus Lawford will start pole position for Project 36 ahead of Nova Simsport's Matty Parker on the front row of the grid. Jamie Davis and Jake Edwards will start on the second row with Sean Rigby and Greg Brooks on debut, starting on 5th and 6th. Troy Dooley, Blake Fitzpatrick will line up in behind them with Josh Houghton and Mick Clifton making up the top 10. Ben Brook will then start P11 ahead of P1 for the AMS, P12 on the road, Andrew Rushworth for Apex Esports League. Jeremy Bush and Andrew Cowan will line up in behind with Callan Hodgson and Will Munro making up the 8th row of the grid. Mitch Noble, John Gallen for the 9th row with Peter Pavlovic and Daniel Clutterbuck making up the top 20. Brett Taylor, Blake Urquhart, Craig Healy and Mark Houghton will make up the top 24 cars with Kurt Nommensen, Marty Hughes, Martin Lipsky, Scott Weston, Brad Hayes and Brad Mays. Another Hayes-Mays duo on the grid this week, Sinker. They'll make up the top 30 with Di Feldman at the back of the grid with Stephanie Piccoli, Jacob Traynor, Josh King, James Parfitt will start from pit lane. 35 cars on the grid here tonight, Sinker. This is going to be wild and massive.
Oh, mate, it almost looks like weather or it should be raining.
Yeah, it's very Fuji-esque from last season.
Yeah, big time. I've got my camera focused on Mick Clifton, Rockstar. and getting ready to go. See how he turns out the storm. Yeah, all that's missing at this very moment, the way the mood is, the way the sun's setting, the way that, not setting, but the sitting, the fog, it's just missing that little bit of drizzle right now. That'd be sensational if we got that.
Yeah, a little bit of rain break happening, you know, just the slightest little droplet. This weather, for the look and the feel of this weather, Sinko.
Imagine on a wet track.
I know. The look and feel of this weather brings me like sun shower vibes. Like it's a little bit muggy, not too bad, but a little bit muggy, and you just have that like real light rain that doesn't necessarily cool you down, but it's annoying as well. So that's what this kind of weather's kind of reminding me of at the moment. But we'll see how they go in the foggy weather, and if they survive.
Starting from the pit, she's having a few issues.
Okay.
With the rig, so she's going to move us off and into the pit. Whoa, Mr. Safuentes. Solid pace by the boys. Yes, very well. Next session, surely we have rain. Yeah,
we would have it for the Gen 3, not for this car.
Gen 3 as well, but
yeah. This car
will be out before they are.
This car won't have rain for a long time. It'll be Gen 3 next season when that releases. That'll have rain. This car will be similar to the NDM. It'll be in the pack of cars that were kind of forgotten about and brought in future. But lights are going to go up. We're going to go racing here tonight. 60 minutes around Mugello to come your way. Lawford and Parker on the front row of the grid. How do they go off the line towards turn 1? We are underway, and it is a box start from Jake Edwards off the second row as we rocket up towards turn 1 for the very first time. And Lawford and Parker, it's a drag race into the braking zone at the top of the hill.
Have a look at that. Very clean. All 2, 3 wide. They're all gone to side 3 wide everywhere through there. Oh my God, these guys are brave tonight in this first corner.
Oh, Dooley's lost it.
Dooley has, and he's collected. One of the Pelicans on the way through has collected him. Doesn't look like anyone's suffering from damage at the moment, but everyone's moving along.
They've done a very good job off this race start just to keep it nice and tidy. Couple little niggles here or there, but nothing too serious at this stage. Lawford now leads to Parker, as I mentioned it too early. Nommensen and Hughes have gone off the track, and Hughes has been spun round.
He's gone. That car is smoking. The engine bay is smoking.
So this could be a very early safety car. We'll get a quick preview of how this occurred. There's been another moment up ahead with Cowie and with Scott Weston as well. So we've got a lot to break down at the end of this lap, Sinker, when they all come round.
Incidents have been noted. No one has been put to shame just yet.
Fair enough.
991 is struggling to get back to the pits. He's trying
that's
to make
Cowie.
No.
Yeah, Cowie's trying to get back.
So that race control can warn drivers that there is a car that is limping on its way back.
Yeah, so is Hughes as well. So both Hughes and Cowie limping their cars back to pit lane at the moment. As we make our way up towards the start-finish line once again. It's good to have a look at what happened to Marty Hughes and Kurt Nommensen up at the top of the hill for, I believe it was turn 4-5. So there was a little bit of biffing and barging between them. Oh, okay, that's not going to look very good on Nommensen's part, unfortunately. That might be a penalty coming his way.
Yeah, like no tail.
Yep. Now this was Weston and Cowan later around. This was through the roller coaster down the hill. Oh, so Munro had a bit of a tag with Cowie, and then he's come across the track in the way of Weston.
Oh, Munro. Will Munro. First race in, or are we tackling it? We'll get a lecture from his son tonight, maybe.
So they were actually side by side leading up to this moment. So they were coming through this set of corners. So Cowie's got inside line, giving plenty of room, as he normally would. Munro on his inside. So then it's going to be the reverse through the next little section. So as they come round. Oh, so that almost looked like a little bit of net code, possibly. Not sure about that.
Went flying.
Yeah.
Saw on Sunday.
Yeah, so, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I think a little bit of a net code moment, because it's almost just ricocheted out wide. Very, very interesting moment there.
Someone asked for a chose.
Yeah, that's Marty Hughes, who is right there. So We'll see if they classify this as a safety car. He is in the line of fire if any cars decide to straight line.
Yep. We're under safety car conditions right now.
Okay, so safety car is out.
Holding the turn. We sort of expected it. It was sort of like we started the race, but not. It's like we were just waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, you know, this track always throws up a little bit. What happened lap 1, turn 1? That was with Dooley. Let's have a quick look at it now. The safety car's been called. So where's the moment with Dooley?
Oh, someone passed someone under the safety car.
Oh.
I think it was Rigby on Brooks.
There's a couple of cars in the pit lane. Fitzpatrick, Houghton, Gallen, Traynor, Lipsky all in. Let's see if we can go back and find what happened to Troy Dooley.
Safety car has the leader. You can see on the screen.
So we're going to quickly go back and have a look at what happened to Troy Dooley at turn 1. So we got off the race start nice and clean. He had a fantastic start, Sinker. Managed to jump a couple of cars.
Yep. That was they were all 3-1. Look how many 3-1s there. Look at that. That's like...
So he had Edwards and Rigby on his inside. Plus, tap from the rear from Houghton.
That was Echo.
Oh, yeah, that yeah, it was. It was. That was one of those slight little netcode touches. 100%.
Yep. Netcode's rotated him, and then he's copped a knock from losing traction, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
That sucks. This is the thing. IRacing has got to get itself back to, you know, get on top of this sort of stuff, because there's a volume of cars there. I mean, there was 3x3x3 all the way through then, and then yeah, I don't know.
Well, so at the moment, Sinker, not many drivers have actually been major losers in this race. Davis is down 1. Dooley, though, he was a big loser. He's down 7 after that moment at turn 1. Rushworth's down 3. And then Houghton's down 5. Lipsky's down 5. But the big losers are Gallen, who's down 13. Cowan, who's down 19. And then Fitzpatrick, who's down 20 at the moment. Big gainers in this race. There are a couple of them. Hodgkinson up 4. Noble up 5. Pav up 6. Hayes up 8, Mays up 8 as well. Parfitt's up 6 after starting from the lane. Biggest gainer though, Steph Piccoli. She's up 10 at the moment.
Yeah, it started from the pits.
Yeah, she did well.
And avoided all the carnage.
Exactly.
And got us off nice and clear.
3 positions for Stephanie Piccoli for Apex Esports League. So
nice job. What was that? How?
He's asking David Simmons how he is in the chat.
Going as Project 36. Boys out there are looking very good. The guys in the front got away real quick, actually. They got the clean air and they were crazy. It's going to be a great little battle. Good to see Matty Parker at the pointy end and not having to fight his way through the pack. We might actually see some of his raw pace tonight, because he's out in the leaders and that. There's no traffic to get through. Last few seasons we've been seeing him not qualify real good and then having to fight through the pack with the pace he's got.
What we may also see is as well is, like what we saw on Sunday night, another impeccable Matty Parker fuel save job like what we saw with Lobby on Sunday night.
Oh, that was... After you've watched this, you want to watch another great race, go back and watch that race. The not only the fuel saving of Darren Lobb, but the Rian Leonage coming up 20. How many places was it?
25. No, he didn't win, so yeah, it was 23.
23 places up the grid. Ended up in 3rd place behind Warboys. Warboys had a lot of the lead of the race, and the strategy on the undercut by Darren Lobb and by Rian Leonage was sensational. Got them both in the fight, and it's some great racing.
Oh, phenomenal racing, as we often see on the Sunday night, as we have seen all season. So I'm excited for this week, especially for this track on Sunday night as well. We've already seen it's going to be a cracker.
And on the hairs on goosebumps. It's going to be a killer on Sunday night.
It will. It's going to be an absolute cracker.
That's in front of us.
That's right. That's right. Well, Lawford's going to lead them off the restart. Parker's going to be P2. Edwards had a great start in the race. He's up to P3 already. Davis, he's unfortunately already lost out early, but we know he's got the raw pace. We know he'll stick with Edwards as best he can. He's not going to let him run away with him too quick. This top 5, very competitive Sinker. Now, Brooks had great pace in practice as well, so he's in the top 6. Houghton we know has pace too. The only real outliers below them is Clifton and Brook, who we know Clifton can be strong on his day, but is he better than that top 7? I don't know, because those guys are incredibly talented and are very, very quick operators at the front of the field.
I'm expecting, by the time we hit half peak of this season, I'm expecting Josh Horton to really settle in this car.
Yeah.
He's not really a V8 car driver, so I expect him to settle out because he's a very pacey young guy. He's got the speed. He just needs to learn how to battle with this car a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we know Houghton's got pace. It's whether he can put it all together. Now, he missed the first 2 rounds of the season, but he was strong at the end of last season when he did compete. And we know that Edwards has been doing well at the beginning of this season too. So we could see a little bit of a rivalry start to form between those two boys of Vermilion Motorsports for Houghton and for Blackhead OPR of Jake Edwards. So this is going to be incredibly interesting how these drivers go. Leith McClement in the chat with us once again. Let's go, Kurt. Unfortunately, Mr. Nommensen has already been caught up in an incident earlier in this race and likely will have a penalty coming his way as he actually served Marty Hughes off the track and into the wall. So
he's on his way in.
Very good.
And Alford has the field. He has control as we speak. And there is no more weaving. Everyone falls into a nice, beautiful line. The grid looks really close together. Have a look at it. That's a big line.
Look at them all. Nice big. It's like one of those big freight trains, Sinky. You know, you see it coming through a train station. Takes about 5 minutes to pass through because it's about 3 kilometres long.
Put down.
He has. He's gone mid corner. Fantastic getaway from him. Perfect spot to do it. Parker's gone with him, but he has managed to build just the slightest of gaps. Incredible job there from Lawford at the front of the field as we. Edwards is going for it.
Good old Parker.
Bit of a lock up. Parker's out wide. He's dropping spots.
Parker is. What the hell happened? He wasn't even close to each other.
He locked it up. He went up the track. Yeah, he locked it up. That was why he ended up off. Matty Parker. Oh, that's Josh Houghton, who is just actually had a moment as well after they've called out his penalty to him. So, unfortunate for him. So he'll now...
Fastest lap, the last lap before the yellow flag came out.
Oh, he's... I reckon we found... I mean, I know Jake's quick in prototypes and sports cars, but I reckon we may have found a little sneaky supercar superstar here in Jake Edwards.
Yeah, 991 drive-through.
Yep, so that's Cowie for his moment with Will Munro and Scotty Weston. Unfortunately for them.
There you go, one more. Well, car 230 passing 2 cars after safety car is getting a drive-through penalty.
That's Greg Brooks.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
That's going to change the pointy end a little bit. That's 2 miles for the pointy end.
It will. So we're now going to see everyone who is currently in behind Josh Houghton and Greg Brooks. Well, everyone who's behind Josh Houghton's now going to gain another spot. People have already gained on him. Brooks, whoever's behind him, is now also going to gain another one too. So all of a sudden, that's going to completely change the top 15. We're going to see Blake Urquhart now be in the back of the top 15, with Clutters just on the cusp of it as well as Brooks brings it in. Houghton stayed out though. He's not taking it right now. Maybe he's going to try and push this out to his 3rd lap.
Yep. I think so. It's not a bad idea, especially there's 3 of them. Leave the pit clear, get yourself a better run through there. I've got a Tuesday night favourite on our bottom screen.
Yep.
The escaped Tasmanian that's got out of the traps and he's now living in Geelong. He's on the big screen. Mr. Brett Taylor.
Mr. Taylor, the Tasmanian devil himself.
Yeah. And they said they're extinct.
I know. Well, they're extinct on Tasmania. They've all emigrated now. That's why they're extinct on Tasmania. But Lawford at the moment leads the way. What was that? Sorry.
Lawford's got the lead. Jamie,
he does.
Jake, he's had that pass that he did before on Matty Parker. And it's tough. These 4-5 guys in the front are keeping a nice patch on themselves. Couple of tenths between them, 5 tenths. It's a long race. They've got an hour there, so
yeah, it'd
be crazy to burn through the tyres too quickly. I think out of the 5 of them, I think the one that's played it the most cautious so far has been Jamie.
Yeah, he's actually quite. It surprised me a little bit. As Parker's run it wide again.
He must be having issues.
Yeah, I reckon that. I think his bias might be slightly off because he seems to be having locking issues on the front of that car. Maybe he needs to dial it back a little bit. One thing I was going to say was Lawford's actually set the fast lap of the race last time by. It was a 49.25. Edwards was right on him though, a 49.28 for Edwards last time. But we'll see what the laps are like when they cross the line on this lap. As Davis now sits P3 after a moment from Matty Parker.
Kurt Newinson is heading off track.
Yep.
Going,
what was that? Was that Houghton going into the pit lane? That was Houghton going into the pit lane.
That was, he's going to get a penalty for that. That was, looks like he cut half the line off.
Yeah, to be an unsafe pit entry for him. So what happened to him?
Man, that looked terrible.
So, who did he have next to him? Oh, that was Noble. Oh no, it was Hodgkinson. Yeah, it was Hodgkinson. So Hodgkinson's tried to go up his outside, and he's coming in to do his pit entry. But that's an unsafe pit entry, unfortunately.
Absolutely, he's probably going to get him a bit of a sit down in there.
I think he's out now, but
he didn't get it.
No, but he might have a drive-through. That's the problem for the unsafe entry. Or because he was serving a drive-through, he might have a stop and hold now. He has to go in and commit to for the unsafe entry. So unfortunate for him.
Poor planning up ahead, mate. He should have been trying to race away.
Even just get over the radio and just say, you know, car 43 going into pit lane, or you know, have a button set saying pitting now so they know.
Looked like he was trying to do a pass at the same time. That was a weird one. That was a very weird one.
Very weird one.
That was a bit of a wiggle there by Blake Urquhart. His rear end went all over the place as Clutters is now putting pressure on him in the bottom screen. And here we go, the little Tassie Devil. He's having a bit of a sniff on the inside of Clutters.
He's having a proper sniff at the moment. Here's the Tassie Devil as Lawford leads them up down the main straight. Let's check out what's happening in that battle further back. So we got Rushworth leading this battle pack here, Sinker. This is for P3 in the AMs. A couple of pros thrown in there for good measure in Urquhart and Clutterbuck. But Hodgkinson is right on the back of Rushworth now, trying to get it past him up towards turn 1. They need to be careful not to make contact here. They've got a couple of AMs in behind that could take advantage if they have it off track. Oh, what a job from Rushworth to hold that inside line.
Yeah, Munro sniffing in behind there.
Oh, I hope he doesn't send it. I really don't.
Just looking at Parker still, he's had his few issues. He's got himself back in front of Rigby now. He's behind Jamie. He's put a lot of pressure on Jamie. He's actually, I reckon, a bit of strategy going on there because he backed off on that. He's on a 149.5.
I reckon a little bit of fuel saving maybe. Because they've got a 60% tank capacity, gets them about 66.5 litres. With a 3.5 litre per lap burn, I mean, if we didn't have a safety car, critical lap was going to be around about lap 24.
Well,
that's now changed because we've lost probably 2 or 3 minutes under the safety car, being there such long safety car laps. As there's been a moment with Stephanie Bacoli, who is off the track and in the weeds, and I reckon Parfitt may have been involved. I saw him dropping spots.
Well, I don't know. One of the boys has slowed down. Maybe
it's Traynor.
He's lost too many spots, boys. Keep going.
So where?
Is that one of my boys? Travis,
that was Traynor. So this was her passing Brad Mays once again up at turn 1. So Mays, I think, actually locked it up. He did. So that's how she got past him. So then what's happened further round to lead to her off track and spun around the wrong way?
Here we go. We'll find out in a second.
Yeah, so she had, I believe, Weston or Healy around her. I think it's Weston. She was doing very, very well. Like, this was a breakout race for her at this point. Round they came, so it was down here, down towards the roller coaster.
Yeah, I reckon.
Oh, so he sent it late. Still alongside.
Still in there.
He's still in there.
Contact.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh no. Doesn't look like there was contact either. It looked like, if anything, it looked like
it looks like that or James had a part to play as well. Quite possibly, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
A very weird moment indeed, as Newmanson and Traynor now in.
These guys are just all behind each other like crazy.
They are cooking up a storm. They are absolutely cooking up a storm back there. It's phenomenal viewing.
Alan Hodgkinson being chased down by Blake Urquhart, 3/10. He's just caught up the back of Rushworth as well. So you've got Rushworth, Hodgkinson, Urquhart, Clutterbuck, Munro, Taylor, Healy, all within 3/10 on average between each other, and everyone giving each other a bit of a sniff, putting the oh, look at that, Taylor's letting your old man know that he's there. I'll tell you right now, he's getting into his mirrors.
Oh, they race each other. They used to race each other every Thursday. They know each other very well on track. They'll know how much room they can give.
Buffett's making a go down the back of Blake Fitzpatrick, or he's having a look at 2/10 at the bottom of the screen. Not the bottom of the screen, the bottom of the tower. Tell you what, Horton's got a lot of work to do, man. He's down to 28 positions. He's 19 positions down.
Houghton's down 2. What do you mean? Fitzy's down 17.
I'm talking about Josh Horton.
Oh, Josh Horton. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry, I thought you meant Mark
yeah.
Houghton. Yeah, he's down 19. Lot of work to go. A lot of work to do. He's got about 7 seconds up to Parford. He really needs a safety car to get back into this thing.
Yeah. Jeremy Bush has got himself 4 cars gap to Mitch Noble, second place of the AMS. And Andrew Rushworth's got Troy Dooley between himself and Mitch Noble. And then they've got a fair gap on Callum Hodgkinson, who's been in the top 3 and very consistent with pace in the last few weeks. He's getting better and better in his V8.
Yeah, the left foot driver of Callum Hodgkinson.
Yeah.
In fact, he's actually just made a move on Blake Urquhart. He's paddling it out with him at the moment. Looks like on your screen as well, Munro wants to have a bit of a sniff at this thing as well.
He's got side by side of Urquhart. They're going door to door. Is he going to be able to break it? Munro is having a sniff there as well. He wants to be the third wheel in that one. Looks like Callum's got the inside line. He's got them going. Munro's having a word behind Urquhart. Urquhart's trying to get across, but Munro's got his nose in there. Munro's got it on the inside of Urquhart, and he's having a go across there. This is looking spectacular work by Munro.
Yeah, he's managed to somehow survive at that point. He ran it slightly wide from running that shallow line. Urquhart all over him though, side by side.
Came out of the corner. It's cost Munro a bit of time up the straight. Yeah. But he's still got him side by side. He's still going well. And Taylor is just waiting for the crumbs to fall.
He is. He's waiting, he's really, really waiting with his dustpan and brush to pick up the crumbs that will fall off them. Put them straight in the bin.
Time to pull away from the group.
Exactly.
And he's got himself away by nearly 2 seconds now. Urquhart is pulled away from Munro and Taylor as well now.
Well, what we may find is once Hodgkinson gets up the clutters, these guys will likely get rubber banded back up to him if they don't battle too hard. Because obviously they don't want to give up too much time ahead of them as well. So might see some strategy start to play as Urquhart's actually run it wide at turn 1.
Yeah, it's his first mistake since we've been watching, and it's opened the doors right up, and it's put Brett Taylor on the back of him too. So Brett Taylor's having a bit of a look at it as well. Josh King early ending to my night. God damn, computer issues. Oh, mate. That's life. It's just like you've blown a bearing or something, or a ring, or a gasket. Oh, hang on.
Tyson on the radio. What's he saying?
There was an issue with, I think it might have been with Cowie and someone else. I'm not sure the numbers exactly. But penalty has been changed to no further action. But I think the driver, I think it was Cowie, might have already served the penalty. Puff it off the back of the track, up the fronty end, up the fronty end.
You got great English skills there, Sinker. Really, really admire those.
I would say great England.
I love a bit of great England.
Yeah, bit of Angus Lawford and Jakey Edwards up there. Edwards is putting pressure on like crazy. He's got him down to under 3/10 at the moment. Even though we are enjoying a fantastic battle of the boys back here, I'm going to switch that camera even further back to Scotty Weston, Fitzpatrick and Mark Horton and Di Feldman, because they're having a fantastic little run down there as well. Scotty Wesley's got the pressure put on him. And this is the back of the grid, folks. Look at the battle. Look at this. Got a great little move there by Fitzpatrick on Weston.
They're battling like it's nobody's business all up and down the field. We've also got Noble, Dooley and Pavlovic.
Oh, we've had a few people go in the pits. Blake Urquhart's is that for a penalty?
Mark Houghton's in pits. Blake Urquhart's off the road. And he's going again, so he's having more issues at turn 1, Sinker. Yeah. He's really, really struggling down at turn 1. What? That was like rear locking.
Yeah.
He's running very rear brake bias, which anyone knows how to drive at Mugello. You don't run rear bias, you run front bias. It doesn't like the rear bias here.
Oh no.
What?
Whoever's got the drive-through just then, I just didn't hear which car it was. He's also got to stop and hold for iRacing for a poor pit entry. So he's going to have to do his... You can't set them at the same time because iRacing won't let you. He's going to have to go in, do his drive-through, then when he goes in, do his stop and hold.
I think it might be Mark Houghton.
Yeah,
He is stopped for a long period at the moment. He is not going anywhere. So these battles have now started to peter out a little bit. Closest battle on track is this one here, Jamie Davis and Matty Parker. Parker has now taken back that P3 on the road from Davis. We are 25 minutes into this race. It's becoming a bit of crunch time now, Sinker, for these cars on their fuel. Their maximum they could go on these tanks was 17 laps. So
yeah, Jamie gave that up a little bit too easy then.
He did.
He has been beaten by strategy to the last 3 races. He's been in the position to take the race, and strategy has cost him every time. So I'm tipping that tonight he's going to go long on the first stint, come back with fresh tyres and low fuel, and catch these boys up front. But he can't let them get away from too far.
Well, at this stage, I mean, just quickly, Sinker. So the tank size for these cars, for what the strategies may be now, that would get them around about 17 to 18 laps with a little bit of fuel saving, right? Which is around about 20, I want to say 20 odd minutes. There's around about 20 odd minutes worth.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Now we've probably lost about 8 minutes of actual full length race time, which could push it out with a bit of fuel saving to a one-stopper.
Yeah, I reckon that's what these boys are looking for at the moment. Well, they're at the 24-minute mark, 26 minutes, 24. Yeah. It's not too much long to go to get it across there and just sprint home. Who have we had gone through early? We've had Gowan go in because he had issues. Fitzpatrick with issues.
Lipsky as well, Cowan. Hughes, who's out of the race. Mark Houghton's also out of the race. So
yeah, no legitimate strategy early.
Yeah.
Maybe when one triggers it, they will all follow him. We might see a massive exodus of cars.
Quite possibly. We quite possibly could. So now the question bears, without a safety car in the last stint, can we get home with the one-stopper? I don't know, if I'm honest. I don't know if they can. It's going to be interesting.
Find out soon enough.
We will.
Well, we need to... Here we go. Lap 6028 has a drive-through penalty instead of responsibility. 028.
It's Callan Hodgkinson.
Oh no! That's not the entry into the pit, is it?
No, it might be actually on Houghton. So they might have classified that he actually turned Houghton into pit lane.
Oh, Houghton was going into pit lane, he had to.
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting one. I bet you'll get a ticket out of that one.
We might do, but this now changes the game a little bit for the AMs, because all of a sudden this now slots Will Munro and Brett Taylor both in the top 5 for the amateurs, with around about 6 seconds up to P3 and Andrew Rushworth, who, relatively speaking, actually has a much easier run to his pit stop than they do, because he's got a hell of a gap ahead of him here to Clutterbuck, around about a second, and he's not under pressure at the moment from anyone either, so he can just put his head down, push forward and just try and cut some clean laps. Those guys have got all the work to do to catch him up. What has he said now? That's Mark Houghton, who's in pit lane. Oh, no, he's back going again. Sorry, he's back out on track.
Well, Mark Houghton has got...
Oh, he's off track again.
Very frustrated out there. He's got himself speeding in pits twice by the sound of it, and he's got to serve his stop and hold, but he's also trying to serve the drive through. That's why he got stuck the speeding through pits a bit. So not knowing the track, he's put himself into more jeopardy. He's getting grumpy with himself because he's putting himself in the situation. Let's face it, you can't speed in the pits. It's not RC's control. It's not RC's penalty. We can't clear them. Anything that's iRacing related, poor pit entry, speeding in the pits, points.
Unless it's something that RC have a part to play in, whether they park the safety car in the wrong place and are driving their second avoiding action or something. Who knows? But
it's really poor decision making. That's all it is, and it's unfortunate. These things happen. I've done it plenty of times.
Well, at this point, this is actually our closest battle pack, Sinko. So the battle that we've been focused on quite a fair bit, which I don't like to focus on my own cars too much, if I'm honest, but it is actually our closest battle pack we've got. We've got about 5 cars in this thing, with John Gallen currently making the back end of this battle pack up, and he's starting to catch them as well. So this could get quite tasty with a couple of Pelicans involved.
I'm going to call him Mr. Munro because he's your dad, just purely out of respect. He's doing really well, mate. He's doing real well. He's in 14th position. He's got the biggest battle pack.
He is. He's doing very well for himself. So we'll see if he can pull it off. He's no stranger to getting caught up in an incident or two. So if he can hold a clean race, I'll be very proud of him if he can do that. As Ben Brook comes into pit lane. So this is the first actual pit stop of this race, Singer, and it's at the halfway point. Dooley's in as well. But knowing the capacity of the tank being 60%, so 6.5 litres, they can only get 17 laps out of it.
Here goes Taylor Healy. Now, is there a strong undercut here? Let's have a look at this.
It could quite possibly be.
And see how they come out of the pits and how that goes for the lads.
So the mindset now is, if you can make it to 35 minutes, you can make it home on the one stop. So if Munro and Urquhart can, for example, or anyone else who hasn't pit, if they can save fuel for long enough to get to 35 minutes into this race, they can make it home on a one stop. So this is going to be very intense and very tight.
Now. Great bit of driving. Where's he come out now? Brett Taylor, Lipsky.
So Dooley's out of pit lane. He was in the battle with Noble, who's coming round onto the main straight. Oh no, he's coming up to the final sector, sorry. Oh, this could be very interesting, Sinker. Could be very interesting as Parker's brought it in.
Lipsky's got himself a drive through for instant responsibility about 12.
Unfortunate for Martin Lipsky there. That was Parker.
So where is Parker? He's way up front. Is he going to come out around Julie or somewhere around there?
Quite possibly. He was up in P3. So here comes... So Noble...
How far Jake and Jamie will drop.
Yep.
By how far Matty drops. And our yardstick is Troy Julie.
So Noble, Rushworth, Munro, Urquhart have all stayed out now. So they are going long on this stint. They're trying to push this thing out to 35 minutes. Urquhart going to try and send it up the inside. He must have adjusted that bias.
Parker's on his way out.
There he is.
And he's out in front of
Hodgkinson.
Yep.
So he's come out P17.
So He didn't drop that far back at all. He was in there for 24 seconds, though. He was in there for just on the stands. He was there for 24 seconds.
Yeah, that would have been a full
Gallen
stop.
He's only on there for 20 seconds, so he's filled for less.
Yeah, so I reckon he's taken slightly less. Or when he came in earlier to fix his car, he put in a little bit of fuel. So
Possibly.
this could now pay off for him quite dearly.
Yeah. So the battle at the front, these boys are setting some laps again. They've dropped their pace down actually now. The top 5 were doing 49s, now they're doing 50s.
I think they're saving.
So down.
They're saving to get to that 35 or 36 minute mark,
Yep.
which Lawford's going for. He's going for the one stop. Edwards is doing the same. Davis is doing the same as well. Rigby, does he come in? No, he stays out. Bush, he also stays out as well. So Clifton is in.
Clifton's in. He's triggered it.
So Clifton's in.
Let's see where he comes out to Matty Parker now. I'm going to change my camera to Matty Parker.
There's Noble. Clutters is in. Noble stays out. Does Rushworth also stay out, or does he come in? No, he stays out on track. Urquhart as well. He stays out. Munro's in. So this might take a little bit of fuel saving for some of these guys who've just come in, like Clifton, Pavlik, Clutterbuck, Munro and Brooks. But I reckon they can make it home, Sinker, on the one stop.
I reckon they can too. The question is, will Parker make it home from his early engine?
That's right.
Go in after the 30-minute mark, but that's including a thing. He's our yardstick at the moment, and he's got himself back up in top of all those boys that went in, so none of them actually undercut him.
Yeah, which they never would have, being how he was so far up the field. The question now is, does he undercut and shrink in the gap up to Edwards or Lawford? Or if he spreads his gap to Jamie Davis? That's the question.
Yeah, he was coming out 5th, and between 4th and 5th, and he was, at the point. Well, interesting to watch. Everything else is really gapped out. Really the only battle left at the moment, because everyone's fuel saving and trying to get the strategy, is Cowan and Brett Taylor. Cowan's putting a bit of pressure on for him.
Lawford's in.
Let's see how he goes there.
As is Edwards.
Having a very off-season, isn't he?
Oh my God, Jamie Davis has got an extra lap. Who was that just spun it in the background?
That was
Lipsky. Martin Lipsky spins around off the final corner.
Jeremy Bush all in the pits. I'm going to change my camera to Angus Lawford. Let's see what happens there.
Edwards and Davis have stayed out. So they've gone a lap extra.
Yeah.
They are guaranteed to get home now if they come in this lap. Guaranteed.
Oh, Billy Mole, he reckons that he's under-fueled, that Matty Parker's under-fueled.
Oh, no. Urquhart's in. So Urquhart's in, so is Hayes. Now the focus has to go back to the likes of Healy, Gallen, and Will Munro for that battle with Blake Urquhart and Andrew Rushworth as well. Gallen had a great gain in that pit stop there, Sinker. He's now only 2 spots away from where he started this race. It's been a great comeback.
Nice work.
So they're coming around the final corner. Where's Urquhart? He's still in the lane. These guys are going to get him. They're going to get him down the straight. Where's Rushworth? Rushworth is exiting now. This is going to be close with Rushworth and Taylor. Wow, wowee. So that battle has now...
The last few corners now?
Yeah, he's up to the last few. There's Edwards as well.
These boys are out. 46 seconds behind.
Oh, I reckon Urquhart's been caught with an unsafe... Yeah, they're in. I reckon Urquhart's... Just quickly, Sinker. I reckon Urquhart's been hit with a stop hole penalty in pit lane for an unsafe entry. Or a speeding in pits. His pit stop was 1 minute and 4 seconds. That's taken him right out of that battle. So Davis and Edwards are in.
Yeah, Davis is actually parked in front of him. Let's see if he's going to come out of him in front of him. They're
Lawford's
both on the stands. Jake's already been on there for a couple of seconds. He had 3 seconds entry, so
Yeah.
he'll leave earlier. Jamie
So-
will need to take the fuel tank as well.
Lawford's round the final corner. Out comes Edwards. This is going to be super
Okay.
tight. Oh,
Edwards is coming out.
I think Lawford's going to get him. He's going to be at full pace up towards turn 1.
There.
Edwards is out. Where's Lawford? There he is, streaming on by. He's in front, back in the lead. Hodgkinson's now back in pit lane as well. So that's now going to change up the amateur podium to read Jeremy Bush, Mitch Noble and Andrew Rushworth when he comes through the lane.
That is everyone pitted. So we've got now Angus Lawford still leading. Jakey Edwards. 8 tenths
Oh,
behind.
Munro's been spun round by Hayes.
Looks like someone's trying to go into the pit lane again and got rotated. That was Will Munro.
That wasn't an entry into pit lane. He was turned.
Maybe the car that was going into pit lane turned him. Was that Cowie?
No, what's this? There was Brad Hayes. So they came round. He moved over. Spun round.
He's moved over on. I'd say. Is he?
It's going to be an iRacing. It's going to be an iRacing penalty as well.
Yeah, for pit entry.
Yeah. Well, like now, no matter who it is, Sincar, in those scenarios, I feel like iRacing black flags are fair enough to get cleared because you've been put there by someone else.
Some of them you can't clear, mate. Some of them you can't clear. Depends which ones they are. Wow, that was a bit of a spin, that was. So at the moment, we've got Angus Lawford sitting at first place with a 1 minute 24 over Jake Edwards. Matty Parker 5 seconds behind Jake Edwards. And Jamie Davis is now fighting and trying to pass Matty Parker. They are going side by side with each other, trying to have a bit of a sniff. Jamie's tucked in behind him. He's taking the draft. He's got the fresher tyres. Let's see how he goes.
Up
Is he
alongside.
going to be able to outbreak him? I think Matty Parker doesn't have the fuel to fight. From what Billy Mole's saying is they've underfueled, so his strategy today is going to be let's try to finish. If I was him, and if I was fighting the fuel, I would be letting Davis in front of me and just letting the tow help me through the end of the series.
The problem is though, he may not be able to hang on to the back of Davis if he does that, because he'll be in fuel save mode.
Yep.
So that's the predicament that Parker now finds himself in.
To the Team SRW drivers tonight was keep it clean and stay out of incidents. And you should be right for the night.
So Tyson's over the radio again. What's he saying?
Something about net code, I think it was. Will Munro, Wilnot Brown is in the pits now.
Will Munro's had to come in to serve what we can only assume is an iRacing black flag after being spun out in front of the pit entry there. So he is now come back out P23, P9 in the amateurs. Unfortunate for him, maybe a penalty coming Brad Hayes' way, we're not sure.
We will see.
We will indeed. There are 18 minutes to go in this race. Currently Angus Lawford leads to Jake Edwards and Matty Parker for the top three, but Davis is all over a fuel-saving Matty Parker at the moment in P3. Rigby makes up the top five. Lawford sets the fast lap of the race, 149.09 last time round. Your top three for your amateurs, Bush, Noble and Rushworth at the moment, as Davis is still trying to get this done round the outside on Parker at turn one. Can't get it done. Up the inside though, magnificent switch back from Davis. Parker's still there alongside, but he should get him through the right-hander. Oh, there's been a bit of a touch. Another net code.
Oh, that was terrible. That is... Oh, that was shocking. Oh. See if we can have a look at that one again, mate. That's just... Wow.
I think,
so
unfortunately, like, even with that net code, it looks like contact's going to happen regardless.
Yeah, just see that net code.
It makes it so much worse than what it would have been if the car actually hit him.
Oh, they just touched it. Would have been enough, and that just completely. That's the third time in a week we've seen Netcode throw the rear end of a car out like that.
Well, we saw it. We saw it down the hill lap 1 with Cowie and Munro. We've just seen it again with
the night as well.
Exactly.
The time iRacing gets their gear out, mate, and starts fixing these issues, that was terrible.
Wow.
What do you do, mate? It's out of our control, unfortunately. And then what?
Oh, they're on there again.
Yeah. He's just called it then, no further action, but he hasn't told them why. That was Netcode. That sucks. I really hate this crap when it does that. Matty Parker was having such a great race, and it's just destroyed it. He's dropped to, I mean, he hasn't destroyed it, he's dropped to 6. Would he have sustained the pace level fuel saving? We don't know. But, you know, it's cost him probably about 12 points off his title ambitions. He really doesn't have any. Think about him.
He hasn't raced. He hasn't raced every week thus far, so.
Yeah. That's funny.
We got this battle back on screen now. Taylor and Healy battling it out. P15 on the road. Fitzpatrick's not too far behind, battling with Greg Brooks, who's on debut at the moment. I think we're going to see probably a couple of tickets come in this week, Sinker, for some of these incidents that are happening. That have been called as netcode. Probably just asking, well, if there was no netcode, was the actual contact going to happen? If it was, should they be penalised?
Look, it all depends on what kind of contact is going to happen. Side-by-side contact doesn't usually turn into a massive spin like that. Not the sort of way that these two boys are driving.
It's like a loaded elastic band on your finger, isn't it? It's like as soon as it lets go, it just snaps and just sends them out.
Yeah. Hopefully it can take someone's eye out.
Hopefully not.
686, but the three's called something here. He's fighting in there with Greg Brooks at the moment. That's Blake Fitzpatrick. It hasn't been a massive night of super action. It has slowed down a bit because everyone's gapping out. We've got 15 minutes
I think
left.
That comes down to the pace discrepancy and how the strategy's now been formed because of that safety car.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It changes the way the race has been.
Exactly.
Some of these boys are going to need to jump through the pits again. The early pitters were
Dooley, Brook, Taylor, Healy,
Huffett.
So yeah, all those early stoppers.
Yeah, Healy, Taylor, all those boys and girls. There's 3 laps discrepancy between them. Will they have to come in like 5 or 6 laps to go? We'll wait to find out.
Well, that's all we can do at this stage. We are 46.5 minutes into this race. And you know what we need, Sinker?
Hang on. Maybe David's got a drive-through for that.
Well, I suppose they came to the conclusion that contact was going to happen irregardless of the netcode. Maybe that's what they determined.
Yeah. Must have been.
I see. Very interesting.
Very interesting. Look, it is what it is.
I would say then. I mean, we haven't broken them down as much as the race control would have. Which they got a great.
That incident on a Monday night is every single end going.
Exactly. Yeah. So, if you compare that side by side with the Hayes Munro incident, should Hayes have gotten a penalty if he hasn't already? Quite possibly. But again, we're looking at it from one view. They've looked at it from multiple. I'm sure some of these will get tickets, so I'm sure we'll be able to have a look at them as well. But yeah,
I'm sure he will. I'm sure Jamie will put a ticket in for this one. That's for sure.
Oh, definitely.
You know what? And the good thing about it is it gets the drivers to see what happened, how it happened, and why the incident was called. So anyone who's not sure about an incident, by all means, put a ticket in.
You know what we need right now, Sinker? A heavenly safety car is what we need. Just tighten the field back up, get some drivers back on the lead lap, and send them home.
Jeremy Bush is putting pressure on Rigby now. He's got himself here we go. 686 car 230, no further action. There is a great little battle. I'm going to shift the bottom camera down to Craig Healy and his crew. They are starting to pack up again.
That's what I've got on the main screen, Sinker.
Have you got it on the main screen, mate?
I do.
There you go. I was not on the ball, wasn't I? Fire up BOPR.
The Blackout OPR.
Oh.
So Fitzpatrick at the moment, right in behind Craig Healy. He's got Brooks following him closely in behind as well, with Taylor involved in this battle. All tightly contested for what is just bragging rights at this point, Sinker. There's no podiums involved, just a bit of bragging rights.
Yeah.
They come round up towards the long double right-hander. So it's such a tough spot on the track to get the grip on the car and really ride it on the grip limit as well. Such a struggle.
10 minutes to go. Probably about what, 6 laps?
Yeah, not much longer. Not much longer.
Yeah, 5 to 6 laps good to go. We'll see how the boys come through.
Brooks is all over Blake Fitzpatrick at the moment. All over him like a bad smell. They got Healy and Gallen battling up ahead of them as well. Notice that Rushworth was struggling with an off-track up there, Sinker, so needs to be careful not to run it too wide around the course. Oh, no, it's actually Piccoli. Sorry, Piccoli going a lap down on these guys. She lets them go. Oh, big wiggle, though, from Brooks.
Very big. Who's on the left-hand side?
That's Martin Lipsky.
Lipsky, yeah. Great bit of driving again. I'll tell you what, Angus Lawford has had a perler of the night.
Yes,
he
mate.
has put every foot right. And then you've got Jake Edwards as well, who's done really, really well. He's actually catching him slightly, but I don't think he's got enough left in him. There's about 4 tenths difference. No, it's actually a bit over 5 tenths in pace at the moment, but he's got 5 laps to do it in. Oh, mate, he'd need to increase the pace and get up there around his fastest lap time and hope that Angus stays at the pace he's doing to catch him.
A lot of love happening in the chat right now for Ben Brook. He's currently P11 on the road, but P10 in the Pro-Am class. So he's got his top 10 for class, wants to try and get it for the overall here, Sinker. He's got to try and get it past Peter Pavlovic if he can, to solidify that for himself, or hope that a car up ahead of him has an off-track or an incident, as Parfitt brings it in. So that's now going to confirm that those early pit stoppers, like Scotty Weston, like Kurt Nommensen, Jamie Davis is in the lane. Yep, for his drive-through. So those early stoppers will need another pit stop to get this car home. Unfortunate for them.
They're going for it.
Oh, my God.
Fitzpatrick's just taking it on Healy.
Oh, Brooks trying to sneak it in there too.
He's getting mugged. Is he going to be able to hold it? No, he isn't going to be able to hold it.
Oh, Taylor, like the sneaky watcher from behind just chucks it in and gets it up the inside. What a move from Brett Taylor to follow Greg Brooks through there.
That wasn't just happen. Just quietly sneak through with someone else passing through. Well done, lads.
Fantastic move there for Brett Taylor. P17 now, but he wants it to be P16 on Greg Brooks up towards turn 1. Side by side into the braking zone. They're going to be... Oh, he tried to go for the over-under, not quite there. Brooks, a little bit of a slide. How in the hell did Brett Taylor avoid that? I will never know. The dexterity on...
Even though that was fantastic by Brooks, he didn't lose a lot of pace out of it at all.
Mate, the dexterity from both Taylor and Brooks there, on Taylor's behalf not to hit him, but for Brooks to actually pull it up and not lose it. Phenomenal effort from both of these drivers. And well, this is only a battle for P16, but the pressure is on right now to, get yourself a good finish, but also impress those around you with your bragging rights, finishing inside the top 20 at the moment for Taylor and Brooks. So not long to go, 7 minutes. Angus Lawford's just started the 28th lap of this race. We're going to go well into the 30 laps, but how many do we get? I'm thinking probably 4 more laps, Sinker, so likely 31 to end this thing.
Yeah, I think you're about on the money there, mate. Looks like that Jake is giving it up there, because that last lap was a 151.3. That's not nearly a full second slower than what he was doing before. Davis looks like he's trying to make up some points to get himself back up in the top 10 to get some bigger points for the title battle.
I'll tell you what, if something happens with Rigby and Edwards up the road, then we almost have to confirm that Bush would be going up to Pro-Am. He's P4 on the road as the leading amateur at the moment and could be on for a podium for himself if he can get it done further up. Davis, though, alongside with Pavlovic into turn 2 and 3. Gets the move done nicely for Jamie Davis. Further up, Rigby has got Bush all over him.
He went coming around that corner chasing Davis then.
It was Pav. Davis got past him. He did well. All up ahead of him.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up. The tail went wickety whack.
He's a DJ now as well.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good little drift he did. I just watched it on the second screen on the live YouTube channel, because I could see that delayed over on my left.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, we talk to the people that are out there. Angus chilling, yes he is, mate. He's looked like he's got it in the bag, mate. He's got probably 3 laps left, depending on when the white flag comes. 29 people out there watching. Please like, subscribe, hit that little notification button, and keep joining us for the chats. Anyone out there want to see some family, friends or drivers or a team out there, while we still can show you, we've got 4 minutes left, so get in there and let us know.
As Bush is trying to chase down Rigby, Bush has proved that he's actually got the pace over Rigby through the final sector there, Sinker. So this is where Bush is actually making up a lot of time, but he was losing it a little bit through the midpoint of the circuit. So he'll make it up on him here as Clutters is now back into pit lane.
Clutters is in pits. I'm going to put my camera up to Troy Dooley. He's got the boys fighting behind him. He's got a bit of a bottleneck. He looks like Jamie's just having a go at him as we speak right now. Taking the outside line. He has got the inside Dooley and Jamie on the outside line. A space is about 2 cars length there, so they're making it easy for each other. And Jamie has got the job not done yet, because Dooley is not letting it go. He's got back in front. Oh, hang on, what's going on there? Dooley's pulled over and almost let him through then.
Maybe he copped a slowdown?
Maybe it was a slowdown, I'm not sure. He looks like he tried to get off the race line. He's still serving it, he's still serving it, he's there.
Yeah.
Oh, he got up the race line just in time, man. That could have been a penalty for it. But that's let, who was it that was following him?
Davis and Pav.
Yeah. Good to see. But they had Benjamin Brooks on the back of them really tight. Brooks dropped off to 1.8 seconds. I'm not sure what happened to him during that little battle.
Well, he's now inside the top 10 as well after Clutterbuck has come into pit lane. So Ben Brook could be on for quite an impressive top 10. But the battle on the big screen is Rigby and Bush for P3 on the road. And Bush is hunting him down right now. 0.3 of a second when they come around the final corner, Sinker. The battle for the podium is on. Bush is leading the AMs. If he were to come P3 here tonight ahead of Rigby, oh, the arguments are going to be strong to move him up into the Pro-Am class.
Well, it is round 3, and that's when all the conversations start happening.
I mean, he is driving out of his skin at the moment, is Bush. And to bring it to Rigby, who we know is incredibly talented and very, very quick, for Bush to bring it to him, this is out of this world fantastic for him if he can pull this off.
My camera to Mitch Noble and Rushy. They're fighting for the second step of the AMs and having a great little fight, really close to each other. They've been there for a while now, so Rushy is right in the back of Noble. He's been like that for about, looks like that was it. That's not how long he's going to be there. He's got the inside line. He's got it done nicely. Mitch has taken the wide line and accepted the fact that Rushy's faster than him at the moment, by the look of it.
Maybe a little bit of fuel saving from Noble's point of view.
Well, Noble did go in.
They came in on the same lap, so...
Yeah, same lap as him. Mitch also took more fuel than him as well. He was on the sticks for 22.9, whereas Rushy was 21.40. So it's might be up to the last lap. Maybe not a bad idea for him to get behind.
Well, Lawford's not even started the final lap as of just yet. He will be very, very shortly though. Lap 30 has now begun. We are within 90 seconds of the end of this race. You'd have to argue this is white flag conditions now. Bush is eyeing up a move on Rigby. He wanted it round the outside of the final corner. Rigby has got one lap to survive against Jeremy Bush, who has been hounding him through the final sector over the last 5 or so laps. It's going to be a drag race down towards turn number 1 for Bush and for Rigby. White flag is out. Final lap dash for Bush to get a breakout podium here overall on the Tuesday nights. What a moment this could be for the Locked On lads and himself.
Done a great drive tonight. Really well done. He's made a lot of moves, worked all his way up. He's up 9 places, so he's had an exceptional run tonight. While we're talking about places, Pete had up at 11.
He's done an incredible job. Hayes is now up 10 after being, well, he's battling with Clutterbuck, so it's between 10 and 11 for Hayes at the moment. Taylor's up 6, but he's in pit lane. He needs another stop. Healy's also up 6. He's now up 7. So it's an ever-evolving game, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, contact with him. Rushworth off the road.
He's committed to the corner. He's hit the inside of... It's the inside of him and turned him around. That's cost him. That'll give him a drive through. That will.
Well, we're close enough to the end that it will likely be a post-race penalty sinker. Unless they can call it early enough, but it's final lap. He can't get a drive through.
Yeah, he can't get a drive through, but it'll still cost him the...
It will.
It'll cost him points.
It will. Lawford, though, round the final corner. Checkered flag is out. He's done an exceptional job tonight to put this thing on pole position, lead every single lap. As he comes across the line, Angus Lawford wins for Project 36 for round 3 of season 4 of the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Series. Edwards comes home P2 for Blackout OPR. Sean Rigby is going to survive the onslaught for the amateur winning Jeremy Bush as Rigby comes home P3 overall this evening. Bush in the top 4. Parker is going to get P5 on the road after a couple of unfortunate moments. An exceptional run home for him. Clifton will come home in a very impressive P6 on the road in behind him. Jamie Davis, after an unfortunate drive-through for contact with Matty Parker, will come home P7. Pavlovic up 11 spots inside the top 10. Troy Dooley will come home P9 and Ben Brook will make up the top 10. Noble makes up P2 for the AM podium, but he may have a post-race penalty coming his way, and Rushworth on track is going to come home P3 for the AMs. That may very well change to P2, depending if Noble were to get a penalty for that moment.
Woo. What a race. Again, strategies key tonight again, and it was done well. The boys, Angus and Edwards, did really well. Sean Rigby, a quiet achiever. He's had a great quiet night tonight. He just got there and did his job, did really well. Jeremy Bush drove out of his skin again.
Hey, what a run.
Ride.
What a run for Bush.
Yeah. Matty Parker has shown the pace that we've seen from him. Mick Clifton, debutant season in the Pro-Ams and very consistent, doing really good work. Up 4 places tonight, and that's what you expect.
Doing very, very well is Mick Clifton. I think the only drivers really that have disappointed a little bit over the first 3 rounds are probably Cowie in that Pro-Am field, and then maybe Brad Mays for those Pro-Ams.
Well, Cowie's form has been, well off the mark at the moment.
Yeah. It really has. Maybe the motion wasn't such a good choice.
Well, it is like starting again, isn't it? You've got to readjust everything, the way you drive, the whole thing.
Well, Mr. Parker's not happy with the contact that cost him a second of lap time, Sinker.
What was that?
Mr. Parker is not happy with the person that gave him damage and cost him
Parker,
over a second in lap
you
time.
can't use that word. That's very naughty of you, mate. You'll probably find that it was a net code, but the contact probably was inevitable.
You could hold up. You could put up a ticket there, Matty, if you didn't get the outcome you wanted.
Hit you. I'm not sure which incident he's talking about. The one
Well, if it's Davis, Davis got the drive-through, so.
Yeah, but that wasn't rear end tap. That was side. That was beside him. That was sideways beside each other. I think he might be talking about something else.
Maybe at the start of the race, possibly. Unsure. Unsure, but we'll get some B-roll going for you.
Well, the incident he had with Jamie Davis, Davis got a penalty for it.
Yeah.
That was on the main. Was on the main straight? No, it wasn't on the main straight.
No, it was up at turn 2, 3 at the first chicane.
Yeah. So I'm not sure which incident he's referring to. If someone's hitting from behind, we'll see. Anyway, I'm sure if you're not happy with a decision, Mr. Parker, you can always put a ticket in, mate, and they do work because you can actually watch the replay of the video and the incident and all the different angles that the race control and admin staff go through. And then once you have viewed your decision and given it the thumbs up, both parties that are involved, then they become available to the rest of the members to see. So you've got to be a Sim Racing World member in Discord to be able to see them. So it's always good to come in here and have some fun and learn something.
Well, we've got a couple of drivers in the green room already, Cinco. One of them is not Jeremy Bush at this stage. So we'll start with our pro members of the podium. We're starting with Mr. Sean Rigby. Mr. Rigby, you were getting absolutely hounded by Jeremy Bush. There's no other word to describe it. What was the pressure like through that final sector over those last 5 laps? Because he was absolutely clawing back, second after second, and really just putting major pressure on you through there.
Yeah, he really was. It was just drive defensively, and I think I did half decent there. I think that last lap, first corner was a bit nerve-wracking. I thought he would have had me on the outside there.
Well, mate, it was a tough-fought battle. You proved your worth for sure. I think even though you drove very defensively, you drove very cleanly in how you were defending against him, which was great to see. I mean, is that the sort of battling you want to have leading up to the line of a podium finish every week, or do you reckon you might have wished for a little bit of reprieve?
Yeah, I wish I could sort of be up with Jake's pace, to be honest. Jake and Angus, they're going really good. So, but to have a battle like that at the end is always good. Be good for the stream as well. So that's good.
Well, mate, it was an awesome battle once again. Next week we head out to Navarra. Is it Navarra next week? Or Aragon? I think it might be Aragon next week. Yeah, it is Aragon. Aragon next week, mate, for a sprint round. It'll be the first time we're there for the Supercars. Have you had a chance to cut some laps around there just yet? Or would that be your first attempt at being able to go racing around that track in this car?
That was my first attempt here. It'd be my first attempt there, and the other new track that we're at as well. That'll be my first time as well. So we'll see what happens.
Well, mate, if this is your first time at Mugello, I look forward to seeing how you go at Aragon. So that should be an absolute cracker for you. Let us know who helps get you and Platinum Racing out on circuit. Anyone else you wish to give a shout out to as well. And for myself, Sinker, and the rest of the league, congratulations on your podium here tonight at Mugello.
Cheers, boys. Thanks to Platinum Racing boys, OEM, Off-Road Elite Mechanical, HRS, Jinx Shifters, Simcore as well. That's who gets me on track.
Very good, mate. Best of luck next week for Aragon. We look forward to seeing how you go. Phenomenal effort once again. If we don't get a chance to speak to you, best of luck for the rest of the season.
Awesome. Cheers, guys. Thanks for the stream as well.
Thank you, mate.
Well done, mate.
All right, we have now got our amateur winner here this evening for Locked On Lads Racing, Jeremy Bush. Mr. Bush, you are making this quite a regular occurrence for yourself over the last 5 or so days, sir. A podium last week at Road America for vets. This week you get an amateur win and nearly a P3 overall for SRW at Mugello. I mean, what's in the water that you've been drinking recently? You there, Jeremy?
Jeremy? Jeremy? Can you hear us?
We might bring him back. We'll bring him back and see if he fixes up his microphone. Unfortunate there. Hopefully he can get that
All right.
sorted.
Well, what have we got left?
We'll move over to Mr. Edwards just quickly. We'll check in with Jeremy after we speak to our winner. Jake Edwards, though, P2 on the road tonight for Blackout OPR. Some incredible pace for you once again, sir. Mate, what a start to a season you are having. You are looking like the new sort of Supercars superstar that we could be providing viewers with every single week.
Well, there's no Miles Burgess to carry OPR, so...
I gotta turn you down. You are very, very loud. Okay, there we go. That's better.
There's no Miles Burgess to carry me anymore, so someone's got to do it.
Well, I thought that Cullen would step it up. He did last week. He followed you through and didn't do too bad, mate. But mate, this isn't your strength in cars, is it? You're more of a GT and LMP2 kind of guy, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm more of a GDP person, in all honesty. That's probably the only other thing I really drive. So it's a bit slidey like that, so it's kind of good. Just no front downforce. That's the only issue.
So you're getting used to the car already? It looks like you've jumped into it, and it's like you've been driving it for years.
Yeah, well, luckily we got Freo on board, so he's just been showing me the ropes with it. So can sometimes we jump in sessions, and he just gives me a bit of a rundown on what to do and what not to do, which is good.
Oh, nice. I didn't hear that. So Freo's joined the team, has he?
Yeah. So Freo joined the team probably about 2-3 months ago, when we're doing the 24-hour series.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. Oh, well done. It's good to have someone like that in there. He's got his great knowledge and he spreads it out to the rest of the team. It really helps.
Yeah, exactly right. He's very knowledgeable on what he knows, and his racecraft's very good as well, so it's always good to have.
Excellent, mate. Excellent. So you're going to be on the radar now. You see, round 3. What do you reckon's going to happen? You reckon you're going to get bumped up to Sundays?
Hopefully not.
Well, he is.
I don't know.
He's not leading the championship yet. He's still second to Jamie at the moment. But
Yeah. I'm just putting it out there because we don't know what admin's thinking at the moment.
That's
I'm
true.
quite happy with the lineup at the moment. I reckon
I would make the claim. I would make the claim if Jake goes up, Jamie should go up. So.
I reckon there'd be if Jamie goes up, Jake goes up, and Levin would have to go up as well.
I think Angus has to. If Angus,
and then Angus would have to go up, and then Matty Parker and Jeremy.
All the boys are gonna have to go up.
We're gonna be back to one day of supercars very, very soon. It's just no one is a measuring stick anymore.
I'm absolutely loving having 70 odd cars a week on track, and it's awesome. And it's good to see you out there doing well in the V8, mate. Congratulations. Who
thanks,
gets
mate.
you on track and supports the team, buddy?
Shout out to Blackout OPR. Shout out to Freo for spotting me tonight and give me a rundown. Shout out to Blackout Electrical Solutions, simrigs.com, Palmerston Bakery, Distraction Sim Supplies, Shunt Scenery, and DSM Painting and Decorating. Shout out to those boys.
Well done, mate.
Another great effort by you, Jake. This now will slot you P2 into the championship, I do believe if my math is correct. So best of luck next week at Aragon. We look forward to seeing how you go. If we don't get the chance to speak to you, best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you, fellas. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. All right, Sinker, do you want to quickly just go into the green room and just see if Jeremy's microphone's working?
I shall, mate.
Very good. While Sinker does that, go get your comments in, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Greg Brooks out there. Great drive, Angus. Greg, you did very well on your debut, buddy. Unfortunately, you got caught up in a moment there, but did very, very good. Had some great pace. Stephen in the chat as well. Surely let them stay and fight out for
He's working quite nicely, mate.
Very good. Let's drag him in. Mr. Bush.
Mr. Bush.
There you go. There you go.
There he is. Let's turn you up a little bit because you're very, very low. So I'll turn you up. Can you speak for us?
I'm actually yelling into the microphone. I've got no idea what's going on.
Wow. I'm not sure, mate. But congratulations tonight. What a 5-day run you've had in this car. What is in the water at the moment? Like, where has this come from?
It's just a new blend of tyres that I'm using now. Much more grip and makes me go a bit quicker.
Well, mate, you've found some incredible pace and some incredible consistency too. I mean, is it helping with the confidence as well, helping get the ego up a little bit, and that's also helping you push a little bit harder and find some more pace?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, feeling more comfortable racing with the split two guys in the vets, and with these guys here, the faster guys. And you're feeling a lot more comfortable now.
Well, mate, it's been an incredible run for you here tonight and on Thursday as well. I didn't get a chance to speak to you on Saturday either, but, mate, a great job. You nearly got your first podium this season at SRW for an overall, but you managed to just get yourself in a magnificent win in the AMs. Let us know, help us get you and Locked On Lads Racing out on track. Anyone else you wish to give a shout out to as well? Myself and Sinker, congratulations on your AM win here tonight.
Yeah, not really. Just the Locked On Lads. Yeah, if you have a chance, listen to the podcast. It's good listen. Yeah, hopefully I can keep improving and be back here next week.
Mate, we love to hear that. It's exactly what we want to hear. Best of luck next week at Aragon. If we don't get a chance to speak to you, best of luck for the rest of the season ahead as well.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Cheers, mate.
Well done, buddy. Congratulations, mate.
All right.
That was really hard to hear. I thought I'd just stay quiet then.
Yeah, good. Thanks, Singer, because I turned up the volumes on my headset, so I'm glad you didn't speak, because that would have just deafened everybody, because you're actually at a good level. But we will now drag in our race winner, ladies and gentlemen, of Project 36, in an awesome attempt around Mugello here tonight, Mr. Angus Lawford. A win in the books for you and for the Simrigs crew at Project 36, buddy. Mate, how does that win feel? You did it by quite an aggressive margin, with Jake Edwards trying to chase you down. How's it feel to get that one under your belt?
That felt really good, actually. The car was really comfortable, and I didn't have to push any limits of the car to get the pace out. So, yeah, it was really good, comfortable, and, yeah, just really enjoyed it.
Well, mate, how was it preparing for this track this week and actually getting yourself sorted for this circuit, getting yourself comfortable, but also finding some pace as well?
It's going to sound really bad, but I only managed to get about 5 laps in yesterday, and my practice was literally the 2-hour practice session in the session tonight, because I had to do a bit of work practicing for Scops on the Sunday. I did the Enduro and then the Pro Series straight after it, so yeah, like, I didn't get much time around the track, but it's a really smooth track and flowy track, and that seems to suit me well, so it was just lucky, I guess.
Well, how do you think you're going to go next week then at Aragon, which it has certain sections which are quite flowy, but then other sections are a little bit stop-start. Do you think you can do quite as well next week at that track?
I'm hoping so. I've always liked my street circuits more than anything, so the stop-starts don't faze me too much, but Aragon is a really good track. I do enjoy it. I've done quite a few laps of other vehicles around there, so I'm excited to throw this car around it and have some fun.
Well, mate, that's what we absolutely love to hear. You've done an incredible job tonight. Your first couple of weeks here at SRW have been astronomical. There's no other word to describe it. You've been on top of the world thus far. Congratulations for your win here this evening. Let us know, helps get you and Project 36 out on track, and anyone else you wish to give a shout out to as well.
Yeah, just like to say thanks to the team, as well as simrigs.com, Cataclysm PCs, CC Forge, Shockworks, and Quokka mouse pads.
Very good, mate. You are getting chirped at the moment by the Project 36 YouTube channel. Wow, what a brag. In quotes, look at me, Mr. Minimal Practice. So you need to go smack someone around the back of the head. But
Don't do that. That's boss man.
Well, mate, congratulations. Best of luck next week for Aragon. If we don't get a chance to speak to you, best of luck for the rest of the season.
No worries, mate. Cheers.
Wow, cool. That was a pretty good race, you know. A few of the boys are saying, let them fight it out. Yeah, I reckon. I don't think anyone is really killed the field.
We're not saying that we think anyone should move. What we're saying is, if someone does move, there are other drivers that should go with them if they were to move. So, if Jake or Angus were to get moved, you'd have to move Jamie and someone else as well. It just wouldn't
We'll
be
have
fair.
we'll have a bit of a will probably be a few names will be raised in our session on Monday nights once we've done our tickets. And yeah, I like the grid at the moment. Any of those top fives can take a race any night of the week at the moment. So it's
100%.
good to see. And it's not just about being the fastest guy out there. You've got to have a bit of a luck as well.
No, that's right, mate. That's exactly right. So, Angus Lawford would have gained, what would it be? 7 times 4, 28 points on Jamie Davis tonight. And Jake Edwards would have gained around about 24 on Davis. So that gap has now closed that Jamie had in the championship standings leading into this race here tonight. So it's getting tight at the top, ladies and gentlemen. It's only going to continue to do so throughout the rest of this season. If you guys want to check out the rest of the action we have going on this week, we've got a whole heap coming your way. So be sure to hit the like button, to subscribe, and the bell icon as well. So then you guys are notified whenever we go racing. Tomorrow night, Cooler Master Super Formula Championship. Those guys will be racing out for another F1 Shadow Series round out at Road America. That's going to be absolutely huge. Thursday night, Shannon's Insurance Toyota 086 Nationals. They'll be out at Okayama. Friday night at a special time of 7 p.m. there will be the Legends World Challenge doubleheader of the replay broadcast of round 2 out at Zolder. And then also the live broadcast straight after of the Red Bull Ring for round 3. And then Sunday night, we're back here again in the hills of Tuscany for Mugello to bring us more pro action coming your way. Thanks to the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Championship. Big thank you to go out to all of our series sponsors, including our title sponsors, Warren & Brown Tools, for their continued support of the Tuesday night V8 Supercars Series and the Sunday night V8 Supercars Championship, as well to Cooler Master for their support of the Wednesday night Super Formula Championship, and to Shannon's for their continued support of the Thursday night G086 Nationals, as well to our other sponsors, NeuroPower, DSL Railway Services, Shunt Scenery, and Groom Industries, home of the V8 Coffee Table, which can be found on Prime Video's Top Gear Australia in the news, interviews, and studio segments, now available on Channel 10 as well. For myself, Hamish Munro and Steve Sinkovic alongside, this has been the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Series, Round 3 of Season 4 of 2024, out at Mugello. Until next time, we hope you stay safe, we hope you drive hard. Until then, bye for now.
This is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Moscow and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down to the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because, tell you what, Bruce Tanak